Hey friends, it is April 20, no, I'm ahead of myself, April 17th, 2023. And we have a moon in Pisces today before she goes void of course at, I don't know, 2:50 something Eastern time. But before we talk about that, please join me in a silent minute to send peace out into the world where it is needed. All right, that was a minute. Thanks for joining me for that. So, like I said before, we have the Pisces moon today, and she'll go void, of course, at 2:57 p.m. Eastern time. And she'll move into the next sign at 9:41 p.m. Eastern time. So, a lot of the day in the Eastern time zone and west of that is spent void of course. So, void of course, if you're unfamiliar with what that means, it just means that the moon isn't making any aspects with any of the other planets before she moves into the next sign of, it would be Aries. So, um, an aspect could be considered like a conversation. So, when planets are aspecting one another, they're having conversations. So when she is void of course, she's not having any conversations. So none of the planets are influencing her, and she's not influencing any of the other planets. So it's just kind of quiet. So just check out how you feel in the void. See if you feel any different. The Pisces moon, or well, let's say Pisces energy, it's said that it can cause us to feel sleepy, dreamy. Um, you might feel like you want more sleep or maybe some more time in meditation. It can also lead us to our favorite ways to numb our emotions. So you might find yourself feeling fuzzy, maybe a little vague, maybe nostalgic, possibly even impressionable. A Pisces moon can be in, or it can encourage spirituality. So follow any impulses that you're having to connect you with the spiritual realm. Activities today that you might consider under a Pisces moon, or that this energy might support for you, would be to feed your imagination to create something vivid. Look through the eyes of the mystic. Be mindful of being helpless when you really are not. Some questions you might consider asking yourself. What can I do to honor my spiritual needs? Is my sleep routine supportive of my health and my well-being? And if it's not, what's one small step I can take to change that? So we have a new moon in Aries on Thursday. It's the second new moon. It's also an eclipse, so it's pretty significant. It's the second new moon in Aries in a row because the moon will be new right before the sun moves into Taurus. So it's like right at the last degrees of Aries. And that new moon is at 12:12 a.m. Eastern time, very early morning. And if you follow the moon through your houses and you know where the new moon was last time, it's in the same house. So you'll get to work on those themes and the energy of that house again for this new moon. And since it's an eclipse, it's just it can be more energetic. So it's a great opportunity to make a change from the inside out. And I got a message from the moon's Akashic Records for this new moon. And this is what it was. I know when I'm supported to show up in big, bold ways. The message that came through for this week or today started with a series of questions. I felt like we were playing 20 questions when I was receiving this message. The first question was this: what kind of balm do you need for your healing? What distracts you most from your happiness? What brings you hope and inspiration? And how do you connect with that more? You hold within you a gift, the power of belief. Belief in what feels impossible. Belief in what feels unlikely. Belief in what hasn't yet come into being. Turn to your heart and soul for this belief, even when things didn't turn out the way you wanted them to in the past. The future is new. The future doesn't have to resemble the past. The future holds potential. Believe in what you want, hold that vision, and you might be surprised. That felt really hopeful to me. I enjoyed receiving that message. I hope that it's helpful to you in some way or another. I'm wishing you a really positive week ahead, happy week ahead, peaceful week ahead. Take care of yourself and others. Be safe, be well, and I look forward to seeing you next Moonday. Bye-bye.